Hey guys, welcome to your Ultimate Solution webinar. How's it going? My name is Bobby Ferriar.
I'm Sally Ipadina.
How you guys doing? Welcome. Thank you guys so much. I just wanted to give a quick little introduction. We're going to be here, should be under an hour, okay? But we do hope to give you guys some powerful information. We're going to share our story with you guys. We're going to explain to you the situation that we got in and out of, and where we are now, and how you can be a part of what we're doing, okay? So hang tight with us, and if you're watching us live and you're part of our community, we would love it, absolutely love it, if you were to share your experience and your testimonial working with us for our audience, okay? So if you've been a part of our group, hey Stav, Siddiq, how's it going? If you can share a little bit, one line, one comment, about what it is that this community, this opportunity, this business has done for you. Hey, Angelique, we're looking for some testimonials. What we're doing is we want to share with you guys a lot of really amazing value that has simply just changed our lives, like absolutely has changed our lives. And it's going to be a wild ride. So hang out with us and definitely, you know, offer your input if you'd like to put it in there. Where do we even start? I would like to start with a massive level of gratitude for our mentors, for my friends, the people who have turned into my family. Thank you so much for everything. If not for you, I wouldn't have found Sally. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have been able to create my life with my son in my hands. This is what we do for work. We basically teach people what's possible. And we are absolutely grateful, and as well for all the people inside of my community that have created a coach and created a business around me. Unbelievable. I am so absolutely blessed, and like it's crazy to think that when you start listing off your gratitudes, you start to lose count of them. Like it gets overwhelming. You want to add to this one here?
Yeah, I'm super grateful for the people in our community, our mentors, you as my mentor as well. We have coaches. And just super grateful for this business as well, this online opportunity that's allowed us to work from home and be able to just do whatever we want anytime we want.
Yeah, you know, I'm also really grateful for because I've been in this business, I've been in with this community of people since 2014, maybe might have even been 2014 or 2013, and about 2 years ago almost, I introduced Sally into the mix. I found Sally, I found the love of my life. Now I moved to the island and built a family. And when I showed her to everyone, there was open arms. She made friends immediately. People already felt like they could relate to her and connect with her.
And I felt that too.
Right?
Yeah, I felt it. It's like a family.
It was very scary for me because here I am, like, you know, I want to get my life together. I'm falling in love. And now next thing you know, I want to make sure that this woman's going to be jiving with my community. These people I've known for the last like 4 years at the time.
And I met them in person, going to events.
Yep.
Hey, Patrick.
So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Natai. I would say, honestly, everyone who's been there and played a part in the growth of our success and the creation of our family. Whether I've done coaching work for you personally, whether you're a part of my business, or you're part of my audience, or you're a part of my supporting staff or my supporting cast. Thank you guys so much. This is like, it is a huge champion story, what we're about to share with you. An absolute champion story of where I've been and what we've done. And like, man, it's crazy. So let's dive right in. I don't know whose story is more dramatic, but we should, I
think yours.
You think mine?
Yeah.
I think yours is pretty intense. But let's start with mine, okay? So are you sure you don't want to go ladies first? It's okay? We're good? Yeah. Okay. So maybe we'll throw bits and pieces, because I know that we have different stories as we go along.
Right.
Your story changes.
Yeah, and we also have our own story.
Yeah.
He has his own story before he met me. I have my own story, and we have our own story.
So yeah, maybe we'll take you guys down a walk through memory lane here, and I'm just gonna read out. I'm gonna read out comments and testimonials as we go through. So those baby smiles changed my life, as well hanging out with the both of you during the session, changing my name, stepping into my power, and new chapter in life has been so wonderful. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful for the work you're both doing. Thanks, Angelique.
Thank you.
That's how I said,
I got to meet you too.
yeah, and that was a wonderful blessing. We're out on business, and I'm like, community, like Avengers, assemble! Like, is there anyone out there who can help us? And you're and my now best friend of all, and not all, but you know, of my son anyway. But like, she was our savior. Angelique just came in and saved the day. Just gave up like what was it, 2-3 days or something, and like drove like 40 minutes or 30 minutes each way. Like it was crazy, absolutely nuts to spend all day with our son so that my wife could breastfeed, you know, because he couldn't be in there with us. And this is the power of our community, okay? So
I feel like we're superhero squad.
yeah, absolutely. Hey Lance, hey Lynn. Guys, I'm hoping that you guys can drop a couple comments about what this program has done for you, what this business has done for you. I'm reading them all out, whether it be the coaching I provided or the family that we provided or even just the business that we're in. Would be super blessed and super grateful for you guys to share a little bit of that love with our audience, because we want to share this with people who have no idea and they're kind of looking at this online business wondering, you know, can I trust this? And I get it, it's hard to trust the people and things online. So that's why we share our story and we share our lives so that you guys can get to know us. You guys can get to know us, talk to us. We can come face to face. You know, we can actually talk to each other video, or even if you're on the island, there's a chance for us to actually connect hearts and connect souls. So would be super blessed if you're in our community. Would you please drop us a comment about how this community has affected you and what you've been able to glean from it? We're reading comments live, and this is gonna be one for the books. So
and if you're not in the community and you're watching us live and you have questions, feel free to drop your questions in the comments and we'll answer them.
Absolutely. Okay, no weird question. You're more than welcome to come and see this and to ask whatever you need. I would take that one further, and you know, once you actually experience this, and you know you're curious, your curiosity is getting to you.
And you've been watching us for a while.
That you've been watching us for a while, and you've been watching this to the end, and you've been sort of like digest this information. It's a very powerful story I'm about to share with you. Reach out to us and let's actually like have a conversation about your needs, where you're at. But before we do that, before you just start like, you know, sharing your whole story with us, let us share our story with you. So my story is a little strange. I don't know where to start. I've got the record for the most jobs under 30. I've had over 30 jobs before the age of 30, and that's not a record to be proud of. But there was a situation that that was basically mine. Was I was inconsistent, and I couldn't hold a job. I was unable to, you know, like hold a relationship. I had gotten fired. I had done this and that. I'd worked so many different places, and I either got really high up there inside of the ranks, or I just got really high and got fired. Like, let's be real. Like, I was so inconsistent that I was going nowhere fast. I could get the job because I was super slick talking, but then as soon as I came in, it would be like it's only a matter of time before I got fired. I'm just going to read this one out here. It was a lot to take in 1 hour. I'm still honestly processing it. Oh, she's talking about our coaching session together. In saying that it was such a mind-blowing, eye-opening experience, and I'm so amped to dive in further and cannot wait for my next session. Amazing, seriously. Natai, I appreciate you so much. What Natai is referring to is the business that I've created around myself, which is for a very, very in-depth coaching program that helps people to confront who they are in a very loving way and actually magnetize yourself out of that situation so that you can move in towards the success you want. So before all that happened, I was getting fired and fired and fired, and I was running out of places to get hired. And my biggest thing that I was thinking would be powerful for me, and you can relate to this if you can relate to this, was because I couldn't do college. I did a little bit of it, and then I didn't want to do it again, and I did some BCIT. I became a graphic designer. Like, I did so many different things in my life. I even sold ties out the back of my truck, at the back of a van at dealerships. I would like literally tour the lower mainland and hop into dealerships and be like, who wants some ties? 3 for 50, let's do this. And basically selling 100% silk ties. Okay, so I've done it all, door to door, retention, call, like, you know, outbound, inbound, you name it. I've been there, from food to shoes, from cars to banks. I've been in all areas of my life, but I couldn't find a level of consistency. So 2013, yeah, it was 2013. I get fired for the last time. I get fired and I'm like, I cannot do this anymore. Friend of mine, I've known him for like 10 years at this point, probably about a couple more, like 13 years. I know this guy since that, for that long, that amount of time, and I was like, he was having success. And he had officially become an entrepreneur. He had officially become a leader inside of his organization. And I was like, you know what? If you can't beat them, you join them. And that's exactly my strategy. Was that I give up, and that's a really negative way to get into business. Just so everybody understand, I said I give up. I'm getting into business. I can't do this anymore. I cannot continue to get fired. There's no safety. I can't rely on this for an income. I'm not going to build a family from an office and, you know, have to pay a babysitter or have a stay-at-home mom. And I just couldn't do it. Okay, like I really couldn't do it. And so the reason why I became an entrepreneur was because I was sick and tired of being fired and getting fed up and fired. And it was just, I couldn't do this anymore. So I said, that's it. I was leaving the doors for the last time. And I'm like, I better call B. I better call my brother. I better call this guy and say, let's do this. So I did. I jumped in head first and I hit every single obstacle with my head. It was my mindset. It was either my self-entitled attitude, my I worked for you, so pay me attitude. I was self-righteous. I felt like I had found like the Holy Grail and nobody wanted to touch me with a 10-foot pole. Because when you go in business, you get super excited. What's the first thing you do? You call everybody you know. You're like, oh, check it out, system out. I got a really smart-ass opportunity. You got to sit down with me. I'm going to share with you. Watch this circles and lines, and let me tell you all this crazy money you're going to make. And this is the hole that I fell into. So, you know, I through this, there was this curriculum of reading books. There was this curriculum of, you know, going to events weekly. There was this idea that you would become a better person and that you would you know, grow through your challenge and you would just have to stick through it. I knew that if you stick through anything for long enough, you're going to figure it out a little bit. So this is how it happened for me. The first of many different places I've been in my life, but it basically got me into becoming self-employed. So that was my initial story, because from then I grew into a leader. From then I grew into a speaker. From then I grew into a personal coach. From then I basically grew into a family man. And, you know, and I went in and out of abuse. I went in and out of self-abuse, drug abuse, and like, you know, a bunch of self-worth issues. It was crazy, guys. Absolutely nuts. You know, you follow my page, you follow me for long enough, you'll hear me talk about it. I do help other people now who are going through similar challenge. And it's absolutely a wonderful gift and a blessing and a pleasure to know that I found my home. I found my place. I found what the reason why it never worked with any other employer. I found the reason why it never worked with any other woman is because I was destined for helping people this way. I was destined for becoming a family man for these two and our other three who go to sleep at this time. So there was a surreal feeling of coming full circle to my story. And that was the original one. So I'll share some more with you as we go along, but I want to read some of these out here. Okay, so let's just take a look here. These amazing people are so real. Angelique is saying this. Let's see here. I followed Bobby for well over a year in our biz community, was on a few live calls. Then getting to meet these three was really just family coming together. It was perfect. After that weekend, I did my session with Bobby and I was just blown away. Absolutely life-changing. I'm still processing and soon ready for my next session, or we are talking about a group session with my 10 kids, because I so fully believe in Bobby that I want my adult kids on a session with him. Absolutely. That's going to be one of the most fun things that I ever do is Angelique's family, okay? And then we see Patrick here. Patrick is a massive boss. I'm going to read this one here. Geez, where do I begin? Got involved 2.5 years ago, had zero experience in the online space, met the most amazing community of people who were there to teach us the skills to be successful in the online space. My life has changed completely since then, filled with a new skill set, improved mindset, new friendships. I welcome numerology and spirituality into my life. It's not only changed my name, but changed the way I look at my life and what is happening around me every day. Couldn't imagine where I would be if I didn't just go for it and decide to living life for myself. I have grown more in the 2.5 years than the previous 10, and that I wouldn't change for the world. Boom! I'm almost as big as that emoji. That's straight up, dude. Oh man, such a wonderful. And I know Patrick. I feel your story growing, man. I think we're only getting started, but I appreciate you sharing that with us. Hey, Marilyn, drop your comment, drop your testimony about what this community online space has done for you. Sally, do you want to take us through your first experience? Like, I guess this is a big story, but let's talk about like how you got turned on to the online space.
Okay, I don't want to make it too long, but I first heard about online marketing when I met somebody who was actually doing it 3 years or 2 years ago. And because I knew him, I met him in person. I was still a bit skeptical. I wasn't sure if he was making money or anything like that. But I was a single mom at that time, and I wanted to really find a way to be able to work from home and take care of my family at the same time. So I spent some money and invested in this business, but the business itself failed. And when I met Bobby, he was already in the business as well, and he showed me how they were doing their business. And what really amazed me was that, and the difference between that business I had and his business was that they were working more on their mindset, and there was no mindset at all, and there was no product with the first one, my first experience, and that's the reason why it failed. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity because it has helped me grow myself, and that is, to me, that's already worth it. That's worth it enough. Like, I'm growing, I'm becoming the person that I am now, and I'm still growing, I'm still learning. I'm listening to audios, reading some books, and going to events, meeting these people that I've met online, but meeting them in person is even better. Our mentors, coaches, and continuing with the learning as well of skill sets, communication, how to be more confident, and finding out my purpose. This is where I found my purpose. My purpose is to help people, inspire them, and give them values that I'm learning from this business, and give them the opportunity to be able to work from home too, and not just be tied to a job and work until they retire, and not really being able to do the things that they want to do or find their true self.
So what was like the biggest fear that you were dealing with having 2 children, young children, and at the time, and having to go to work?
My fear then was like, am I able to find a job that will make us feel secured, considering I was the only one providing for them? That was the fear. Like, I didn't know what job, because I didn't want to just get any job. I had a degree. I had an accounting degree. I was even tried working for myself, doing income tax. That wasn't enough. And I think because I already have that in my blood, or like, because I've always been interested in reading personal development books since I was young. And
what was the first one you read?
Rich Dad,
Poor Dad.
Yeah. Considering I didn't like reading books, but when it comes to personal development, for some reason I'm really attracted to it, and I read the whole thing from cover to cover. And I think that's where it all started.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's funny because our stories have grown, because once you spend some time in this community, once you start growing as a person, it quickly changes. Usually everyone's initial motive for joining business is making money. Let's make money.
That's the original. Yeah,
that's the original thing. My
first
first reason as well. And if it's your first reason for even being interested, I don't blame you.
Or
Okay.
having more time.
Or having more time.
Not
you know?
being stuck 8 hours in a job in an office.
Yeah, and I mean that's tough because you are making the money at that point, right?
Mm.
To think you are actually already, generating wealth or generating income, but maybe not generating wealth, right? You're generating income, but maybe not generating wealth, and that can be a challenge because the more you work, the less time you have to enjoy, the feeling that you have, right? So it was crazy because when Sally and I first met and fell in love, it was a very quick thing that happened. I'll share this with you guys because you're probably wondering how did this whole thing come together. Hey Esther, how's it going? So I and watch the comments. If we get anybody else, if you guys are watching this, share and drop your story, your testimonial about what this community has done for you. Would love to share your comment live with our audience. And give them an idea of what types of people are inside of our community, what types of people work with us, and other people who are crushing it, having success. So, it was 2017. December where we met, okay?
No,
and
I thought before that, because you said you met me in your dream.
So what was it? It was like, all right, so we're going back to 2017 in the middle of the year. It's the summertime. And I have this dream, and I'm super single, and I'm very not happy about it. I kind of given up on it at this point. I have this dream in my mind. I'm like in my sleep. I had a dream that I met this straight-haired, black-haired Filipino woman who was kissing me on a beach, and I was just sitting there on the beach, and it was a paradise. And then suddenly this woman comes into my face and basically gives me a kiss. And I don't remember any other part of the dream other than recognizing this face, like what this looks like right here. And so I woke up and I'm like, nice. And I immediately, because I'm already super spiritual here, I'm immediately thinking to myself, this was like a vision. This was like a premonition of me, meeting the girl of my destiny, and that she was coming. And I was like, and God was showing me the woman I'm supposed to be with. Oh, I love you. He wants my necklace. Give him a little. Hi, cutie. So then about 6 months later, and I'm seriously not kidding, guys. I swear on my dogs. Okay. So 6 months later, December comes, and here I am online, Plenty of Fish, and I see her picture. I see her profile. And it's crazy. Esther's saying, only came on about 6 months ago with zero marketing platform experience. Dean shares with your experience about being part of the community. So December, I meet this woman online, and I live in Lower Mainland, British Columbia, Canada, in a small little, right in the border between Burnaby and Vancouver, and it's on the outskirts of Vancouver, right where the suburbs start to kick in. And she lives about a 45-minute drive, and then a 2-hour ferry, and then another 2-hour drive or 1.5-hour drive from the ferry north of me. Okay. So I'm thinking here, like basically not feeling very confident in relationships, safe. I felt safe talking to this woman for just fun conversation. And next thing you know, things got pretty sticky pretty quickly. I connected with a friend of mine who's a very spiritual empath for me. And she pulled our cards and was like, this is your soulmate. This is your love soulmate. I talked to another intuitive coach of mine, and he's like, you've been blind to love. And he helped me clear some of my blocks. And that evening, I meet Sally for the first time. I also am a numbers coach, so I do numerology for people. And I did her numbers. I pulled her chart, and I looked at hers, and I looked at mine, and it felt like, the map to El Dorado. Like, the Golden City, and it felt like this was this divinely timed, destined overlap of life paths that really it played a very strong influence in my confidence to give it all up, quit my job. My business was taking off. I had the option now to go completely remote with my job, so they were going to let me, work from home. And I was basically on my way out, but for posterity's sake, they gave me a headset to say you can still work from your new location remotely, so we can work from home, just still keep crushing on the lines. And so I had a job, but I also had my business. I was working two masters here. I cut my ties. I packed up my bags. I rented a truck. I basically got my dog, and we moved to Vancouver Island, up to Courtney Comox. Okay, this is like way up north, and this was like, you know, middle of February. You know, 2 months after meeting her. At around that time, around March, it was about then. We got pregnant, but then Sally was like, I wanted to show her my business. I wanted to show her my business because she was she was an online marketer as well. So she had her business and I had mine. We were kind of like, who's gonna, you know, which one's gonna take over here? And she fell in love with our product. She fell in love with our community. She fell in love with our system, with how we did business, and it just clicked and made sense on so many different levels for her. And so I was like, okay, cool. This is sweet. So she started her business, and you know, it was a whirlwind. We sorted her name out legally, so she changed her name due to my coaching. We went and took the kids on a road trip to Vegas. We went on a mission to Phoenix, Arizona. We then went to Australia. We went to Shanghai. We went to Philippines. Then we went to Toronto. Like, we went around the world with kids, okay? And like, it was nuts. It was at least one of us with us the entire time, you know, or it was just my expecting son. At Toronto, my baby's pregnant, okay? So she was like super pregnant. Like, it was crazy because this was a whirlwind year, 2018. It was a massive year, change and new beginnings. Absolutely, it was a power couple year. And so, you know, this space brought us together in such a bigger light than just making money. Making money is like one of the cheapest ways you can degrade yourself, is just, oh, it's going to make a quick buck. This is not for the people who want to make a quick buck. This opportunity that we have for you is for the long-term, the committed, long-term wealth, legacy levels of wealth, creating a lucrative understanding for you guys. So wanted to share a little bit about our story before we dived in. But let's talk a little bit about the problems that exist right now, okay? Like, you know, we're not making enough money, or we're working too hard and we have no time to enjoy our money. Sally was definitely afraid of having to hire a babysitter to take care of her kids while she just worked for someone else. It was like, you know, from Peter to pay Paul, right? And there was this feeling of like, I'm working all day long to create wealth for someone else, and then just giving it away to a babysitter. And while you get tired and broke, your kids are growing up without you. For me, my biggest fear and problem was that I was never going to be able to have a family and enjoy them. Well, if I worked, I could barely even take care of myself. I was unable to find solidarity within who I am. And that was one of the biggest challenges that I had to grow through, was because of this feeling of like, I want to have a family. I want to be a father. I want to be a husband. I want to have that community around me, my community, my family community. But I couldn't get outside of myself enough to, and I was looking at other people being like, how do you guys do it? Two people, both working jobs, both professionals. Otherwise, it's a pretty meager looking existence. Then we have the problem of, you know, getting either educated or becoming obsolete with your education. Technology starts to replace everything. You know, like you cannot work for 40 years and then retire at 60 anymore. Like we've seen what's happening with our parents and our last generation, or the people from us, our perspective anyway, that times are changing. And there's no more security in a one long-term income, a one long-term career. And a lot of people are diverting their wealth into real estate, diverting their wealth offshore, getting into a side hustle or a side business where they can actually create the change or create the wealth or create the exit strategy that they're looking for. So we can, you know, all agree here that, you know, times are changing. It's the age of the digital age. Yeah. Like for example, my watch is a cell phone for my cell phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? And my cell phone was a phone for my cordless, and my cordless was a phone for my phone. And it's just completely transformed now, where now we're watching each other on screens. Like, remember 10, 15, 20 years ago, guys? The only time you would see a screen was when you were watching television. And it was NBC, ABC, CTV, CBS, CBC, whatever the heck, NBS, Fox. Like, there were networks that were giving you content, and that was it. There was no peer-to-peer. Like Napster. Remember Napster? Ruined music. Suddenly everyone's stealing music, and you know Aerosmith gets upset, and Rolling Stones, and everyone's getting all pissed off because their property's been like like it's insane to think when you download something, you duplicate it. You don't crush the original and keep it moving. You literally create like one person shares it to 5 people, and now there's 6 copies of it somewhere. Like it goes on forever. This digital age changed the landscape of everything. Blockbuster closed down. Libraries are ghost zones. Like this feeling of going out for dinner, the delivery boy. Now there's a skip the dishes, and there's a DoorDash and Uber Eats, and
you can buy groceries online.
You can buy groceries online. You can get a taxi online. You can find the love of your life online.
You can buy anything from Amazon.
I remember my dad was like, "Dude, why are you hiding me in your room? There's nothing in there." And I'm at the same time I was doing drugs in my room, so I'm like, actually, I'm getting high. But the reality was that he was like, "What do you like? Go out there into the world and get it done." And I'm like, "This is the world now." And to think that the stage has been set for a new era of thinking, a digital age, and the speeds have never been faster. The HD has never been HD year. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're getting into crystal clear levels of transformation, and it's absolutely unparalleled to think where are we even going in the next 10, 15 years? Like, what new cool thing is there going to be that's like, I just read an article today that says Google implants are going to render school obsolete because you could just learn whatever you need, like right off the bat. I'm like, oh, that's risky business. Do I get a chip? Should I get a chip, everyone? Like, I think I should, right? But I'm scared of it because then suddenly the government's going to be in my brain, and oh my God.
And that doesn't mean that you get to be just at home. You can still travel and meet people and still work and still make money.
Well, that's a really good, important thing to really pay attention to, because now we have a digital age. Now we have a space where you can actually take your phone, like she says, take your laptop, grab a Corona while you're at the bar, and walk to the water line as long as you got your Wi-Fi, and set up shop, do a go live, record a video, make a post, share your story, build your brand, and live on this digital media laptop lifestyle.
And write off all that expense.
As a complete write-off. Like coming from the tax girl here, to write it all off as a business expense.
That's a benefit. Yeah, it's like a no-brainer to be in the business once you know the benefits of writing off your expenses.
You need to know the benefits of having a home-based business. Otherwise, your money is just going down the drain. It's going back into the government, and it's like about 50. Like after they tax your income, then they tax your disposable income. So consider.
Well, you still pay your tax. It's just you get some of it back because you have a business, and you can write off your phone bill, going out for your mastermind, your trip, your travel, getting some content, and pictures.
I like that feeling. So the opportunity, it lies before you. And what we would like to explain to you is a couple of things that this business is, and really what it is. This is opportunity to, of course, baseline, create a valuable level of income to leverage or compete against your main income source. So when I say this, I don't mean to boast. I don't mean to brag. I don't mean to put false claims out. But the world is your oyster. You can make as much as you absolutely desire. Put a number out there and you can create it. This is how limitless our community and our products and our program, our training wealth program, and our business is. It's absolutely limitless. I remember making more in like a season than I did in a full 2 years of what I made inside of a job. Instead of my 2 of my income years, to think that I made that in a quarter of my time inside of this business or inside of my business. What a massive paradigm shift. Like you can't, what would you do if you made the amount you make in a year in a single month? And I have friends of mine who used to make what they used to make in a year, they're making it in a day. They're making it in a day. Just wrap your head around this for a second.
You can scale your income.
You can scale your income.
It takes the same effort as if you're making 1,000 versus 10,000 or 100,000.
You just need a bigger stick. It's the same swing. Yeah. You just have a bigger, longer reach. And what we do is we mentor, we coach, we develop your mindset and your inner game so that you can actually approach that kind of wealth. Because it's a little difficult to imagine that if you've never done anything like that and it takes you 40 to 60 hours a week to earn your best income. Imagine now reducing it, getting your time back, and obliterating that goal, or that record, and setting a completely brand new precedent.
A job doesn't give you time or freedom. A business buys you time and freedom.
Absolutely, and it's a different way of thinking. Now, this is why most of the businesses fail out there. 9 out of 10 businesses fail. This is a real statistic. But when you look at it, that's like the statistics of life. There is only one. There is only one winner, and you get a chance to choose if it's you or not. You are a choice. You're not a statistic. You're a decision away. And so what we have is an ability to raise your mindset, a system of absolutely amazing and impressive tools that are made for you. So, like people have said, I don't have no personal experience in this. I'm not a programmer. I'm not some sort of computer engineer. I'm not Mark Zuckerberg. I'm not like the guys who created Google. This feeling shows up to think you don't need to have any priors in order to develop yourself in this business. The two things I would say that you need to have, if you want my opinion, the two things that you need to have in this business, one is a mindset that says, I will not quit. And the second is ability to be coached. So the ability to do what your mentor tells you and the ability to persist until. So if you can follow instruction, if you can follow steps, if you can do what you're told, and at the same time also have a set that says no matter how difficult this is, I'm not giving up on my family. I'm not giving up on my wealth. I'm not giving up on my opportunity. This is where the success lies. It's not in how much money it takes money to start a business. It takes money to make money. It's not what you know, it's who you know. That stuff doesn't make sense to me. If it's not what you know, then it's who you know, then become somebody to know. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a value inside of becoming a better person. And this is where the bigger intrinsic reward is that as soon as you start making some money, you realize it wasn't what it was all about. It was about finding a way to make money that also brings you back to your purpose. So we've got some pretty cool things that are happening inside of here. A wealth training program that you can actually earn while you learn. Okay, it's a wonderful experience to think that if you're coachable and you have the right mindset, that's where the challenge comes in. Is your mindset ready to rock? Sometimes it is. Most of the times it isn't. As we say, 9 out of 10, they do fail. And I believe that's in part to do with that mindset that lacks and the part of us that doesn't believe in ourselves. So when you, and we're talking, are you making fun of me? Are you making fun of Daddy? You are. See, you're laughing at Daddy. I love my son. This is what we do to each other. This is like, yeah. Sorry? Some of the comments, let's see. Do we have anybody who's commented? Guys, share your story here. How cool would it be to tap into quantum jump into a different location without going online? That would be awesome. That would be so sweet. That would be so cool. I'm still interested in doing your course. That will happen in the divine timing. Absolutely. Who was that before? Let's see here. That was Patrick. Okay. And then we also have, cool. So yeah, if you guys are watching this and you have an experience with our community, we would love to hear your testimony. We're reading them live for our audience. But we have a wealth training program. So we teach you the skills. We give you the tools. We give you the coaching. We give you the mentorship of people who are actually already creating success using this specific tool that you're getting a chance to be a part of and get a chance to use. Without,
strategy.
Well, see, this is an interesting thing because I was going to say without having to do the guesser test, without having to do the trial and error, the reality is that the only thing you do have to do is get real with yourself, get real with your vision, get real with your journey, what you're here to do, and what your story is. Get real with your personal brand. That's like one of the most important, vital things to be able to contribute to a business is to say that I'm going to treat this like a business and not like a hobby or not like a job or not like a just try it and see how it is. Like you commit and you walk in. It's like getting married. You make that commitment and you build around it through thick and thin. You do that. That's what the whole point of this is. You don't just take this business and say, oh, it doesn't work. It's not giving me what I want. I'm going to chuck it to the side. All businesses don't work. And this is where that mindset comes from. This is where people start to actually go through this situation because they have this challenge that other people said it doesn't work, and the brain says, well, if they say it can't be done, it can't be done. If they couldn't have success, I can't have success. Or how much money have you made personally? And that's the challenge that we all kind of go through. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching this and being here with us. Let's talk a little bit about what it looks like from the outside and what it looks like from the inside. So from the outside, you see a video, you see a post, you see a video like this, you get a chance to meet people, you get a chance to see, to share your story, to build, to post all day long on Facebook, and to target your specific message to the people that you want to, whether it be Facebook, social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever you go for your audience to go and build it. This is the direction that you get it, that people see. They see your story, they see the reason why you wanted to do something for yourself and the experience that you've had, and they get a chance to see your heart, your valor, and what you've actually got going on within you. This is what it looks like from the outside. From the inside, it is the hammering of your mindset.
Learning.
It is the learning, the personal development. It is the books that you read. The audio, we have a Happy Pocket Full of Money on repeat, and it plays all night while we sleep. And it's just subconsciously drilling into my unconscious, rewiring my brain, upgrading my thoughts,
removing limiting beliefs,
removing the beliefs that limit us.
that
and
society and education confuse us, right?
It's not their problem. I mean, I'm not going to blame my parents or society. They did the best they can.
No, it just confused the children. Because when we were children, we knew our purpose. But then society and education confused us. So now we're like trying to figure out our purpose and all of that. But with this one, you get to be yourself. You get to find your purpose.
And the world is changing. So what was given to us back then doesn't quite exist the same way now. So we know that things have been moving and we're part of the future. So if you're a parent, young parent, if you got young children, let's not do what our parents did to us. And let's allow them to express. And I love my parents; they did awesome. But the reality is that we need to be future ready. Like my dad's always, was like, Vancouver doesn't know anything about traffic. Like they didn't expect the growth; they just built roads on roads on roads, and it's a bottleneck in the city. Whereas you go to like California, and years before the demand, they envisioned what the platform was going to look like and to create like massive level highways that could sustain the level of population that it grew to. So the same way inside of our family, let's not build small little piece by piece roads. Let's build a big highway of truth so that when our kids get older, they are thanking us and they're absolutely grateful for that, as opposed to feeling like, oh, we got to fix this from our parents, right? Like I'm super grateful, but I feel like we should fix some stuff, like fossil fuels. Like why aren't we all driving solar powered, water powered, steam powered, love powered, donut powered cars? Like the technology exists. You can run car off of sugar if you really tried to make it work. But the reality is that we're not doing it. Why? Why don't we have solar powered roadways? Like why are we using that technology? Why are we always like, this is why this opportunity has come in, because we know that the need has arisen for us to create more value in our lives, where an absolutely everyday person can pick up something and say, you know what, I'm committed. I'm going to grow this, and they're going to create it. It's not the plant's fault that it doesn't bloom or blossom. It's the gardener, okay? And I put it myself because I don't garden. But the reality is that it's the same seed, it's the same plant, it's the same soil. Everyone gets their own kit. How much do you water your garden every day? Ow! How much do you invest in yourself every day? How much do you tend to the weeds around your life every single day? And I'm even like my boy Calvin here, beast mode. This guy, remember when I first met him, wasn't nearly the massive monster he is now. Like absolutely just, I'm inspired by your physical discipline, dude, and the way that you have absolutely grown. It's a marvel. And to think that you're not getting that by doing nothing all day. You have to commit and invest and go through when the going gets tough to actually become someone like that. And if you don't want to talk about, take a couple quick look at his guns. This guy's got a massive level of like physical discipline and mental stability to be able to do that. And the same thing happens inside of your business. Do you sit there on the sidelines and watch it? Or do you go in there and play a hands-on role and say, I'm going to keep going even when I can't go any further, even when I can't make it it could be any heavier or any harder, I'm still going to go the next day. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to make it happen. So what we want to do is we want to inspire you guys. So the point of your ultimate mastermind when we do this is to show up every single time to make sure that we are here to express our story of wealth. My hands are buzzing. So that you can have yours. So you can have yours. Because I know for a fact that I get nothing in my life if I don't help enough people, other people get it. And maybe that's true or not. I've decided that's my truth. I've decided that my success is contingent on the success of my family and my community and the people that come before me, the people that come after me, the people who are working around with us. You'll see me as a support beam of nurturing, nourishing, mentorship, coaching, leadership to help you get to where you want to be ultimately in your life. And this is why we call it your ultimate solution. This is why this is what this is because this is your ultimate solution, is to take yourself and to build yourself as the business as opposed to trying one thing or the next or the next. We've just been blessed with a community that doesn't need to fiddle around. We found what works for us, and we're helping people grow. By the time when I first started in this business, there's about 100 people inside of our community. Since then, I have over 100 sales in my community. There's over 10,000 people inside of our community now large. We're in countless other countries, taking over the online digital space. We're innovating daily, and it's a wonderful thing to be a part of. So I give you guys an invite. I give you guys a strong invitation. Because this isn't for everyone, and not everyone's going to survive. I've just got to be completely fair, open, and honest. If this is for you, I am so blessed that you found this. And if this is not for you, I hope that we do not waste each other's time and that I don't, inflate something for you that's never going to lift off. I don't know what's in your bag. I don't know what you're carrying. I don't know what's holding you back, and I don't know what will ultimately crush you. All I know is that what are you willing to give to become successful? What are you willing to give up in order to get to that place in your life? And this is where the invitation comes. Because realistically, guys, we're human beings. There's only 24 hours in a day. I don't have the logistics to mentor more than 20 people, and that's Sally included. Like, we don't have the logistical ability. Even building a family with 4 kids is just on full-time, and my business is absolutely thriving. So it's difficult to take more than 20 people any given year to be able to mentor, to be able to coach, to be able to work with one-on-one. And if you need that one-on-one attention, if you want to download everything that I have to give you guys, whether you're in our community or you're just watching us for the very first time, I am committed. I am absolutely decided. There is no other option. There never will be. Same here.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm committed.
And I understand that. I completely feel it because I know what she does. She's looking at her back office. She's looking at her posts. She's creating new content daily. There's a commitment to learning. There's a commitment to growing. There's physical, mental, spiritual, emotional growth, cleansing, resets, upgrades that happen daily inside of this family, inside of my household, inside of our community. We are step by step getting further and further along, and the opportunity, the invitation is still the same. So if you've made it this long and if this is something for you, I want you to reach out to us. You can message Sally, you can message myself, and let me know, why do you want to work with us? Why do you really want to work with us? What really are you after in your life? What's actually going to make you happy? What would you do if your everyday life could be as free as you needed it to be? Like, what would that actually look like? Why you? Why us? Like, I would love to start this conversation. I would love to get to know you. And more than anything else, it would give me no more pleasure and then anything else than to be the reason why you become the reason why the door to success was open for you. To be that point in time in your fate to say, look, here you go. Are you ready for this? I hold the door open. I'm not going to run for you. I'm not going to build your business for you. I'm going to hold the door open for you. and I will guide you along the way. That's what a true mentor and a true teacher and a true leader will do. And I know this because I will be a student forever. I never. You're so cute. I could not have had any of this without this community, without this business, without this decision that I made that I'm sick and tired of getting fed up and fired. I just absolutely can't do it. And look what's happened. Look what continues to happen. Stay tuned, guys. I'm telling you, if this isn't it for you and you're like, man, that's compelling, but I don't know.
I guess the most important question you should ask yourself is, why am I here on earth? What really matters? What's your purpose? Because to me, to be able to impact people, and you know, we're all awakening to that. We're awakening that we know that we're all connected. We're all one, and that's what we're here for. We're trying to inspire other people so that we can achieve our desires, our purpose, help one another, because we're all one.
Absolutely. And you know, you got to think about this. If this isn't it, and this isn't the opportunity for you, I hope you find what it is. If it's not us that you want to work with, I hope you find the people that you do. And if it's not business, I hope that you find the happiness in whatever it is that you decide to go into. It doesn't have to be. Not everybody needs to be in business. What we want to find are the people like us that were praying. They're praying, please, God, let this not be all that there is. There must be something out there. I don't know what it is, but there has to be something out there that will help us get to the next level. Like, please, Jesus. And this was an answer to my prayers, as much as I feel like I'm an answer to a lot of people's prayers. And like, I just can't get enough of this guy. You're so cute. Are you Daddy's little hero? Are you Daddy's little hero? My little sweetheart. Well, guys, you saved my life. You guys were my superheroes, and you guys saved my life because I was sad being alone, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to have this if I wasn't in control of my life. And that was probably, this is the billions of dollars that I've made. This is the trillions of dollars that
this is our wealth.
This is my wealth, and I mean her as well. I mean my family, my house, my business, my life. This is the people we've helped. This is my legacy. So I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Sally, is there anything you want to say to this before we? I'd love you to speak about the person you become.
The person that I've become is really, to me, that is wealth. Being able to remove all the limiting beliefs, not everything. I'm still learning in the process, but the person that I become is the most important. The mindset, because this is where I've learned to change my state. Like if you're in a negative state, if you're angry or your mood's changing, this is where I've learned to control my emotions. I've learned to change my state instantly. Like I've learned the tools, I've learned some skills to be more confident, to be able to talk to people. Or if you don't like talking to people, that's fine. If you like writing, this is where I learned to write. I learned to be more social and really learn about myself, like my purpose. That makes me feel fulfilled to inspire other people.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that we get a chance to talk to you soon. And feel free to reach out to us and share us your story. Share with us where it is that you plan on going and how it is that we can help you. Okay?
I think there's a comment there that you forgot to read.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
This one? The future is being created by the actions we do today. Exactly. Leave a healthy planet for our great-grandchildren. No, that was it. Cool. Well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys so much for being here with us. Have a great night, a great day, whenever this message finds you. And hopefully we find you guys very soon. All right? Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye.
You.
Okay, dance break.
Oh, you stayed up late for us. All the way through till the end.
He loves to be played with. All right, guys, you guys have a great night. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.